What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're hanging out with us for the first time, a huge welcome. I am absolutely pumped you clicked on this explainer video because today we're tackling a hard truth. It's something that honestly nobody in a classroom or a pulpit is ever going to just stand up and tell you. And well, I kind of get why, but we're going there. We're talking about the reality that your self-education, the stuff you intentionally teach yourself, is literally infinitely more powerful than anything school or religion ever handed you. Now, hold up. Before you think I'm just here to bash your teachers, stick with me. This is definitely not an attack. Think of it more like an upgrade. All right, let's dive right in. So I want to kick this off with a real question, and I want you to actually stop for a second and think about this. When was the last time something you learned sitting in a formal classroom genuinely, completely shifted the way you view the world? Got it? Okay, now compare that. When was the last time a book you picked out for yourself, or some random podcast you stumbled on, or a deep internet rabbit hole you fell down at 2 a.m. completely rewired your brain? Yeah, exactly. You know that feeling of sudden, absolute clarity? That is exactly what we're talking about today.
Section 1. The Limits of School.
Look, I grew up with religion in the house, and I did fine in school. We're not here to burn those systems down today. They have incredible intentions, for sure. But as I got older, I realized they inherently come with a hard ceiling. On one side, you've got these institutions giving you a completely pre-built framework. They're basically saying, hey, here are the walls. Just stay safely inside them. And for a long time, that feels pretty safe, right? Because you know exactly what to think and exactly what to believe. But on the flip side is the open room of self-education. Because the absolute truth is, real earned wisdom doesn't live inside those pre-built walls. You literally have to step out into the open to figure out how to examine and how to genuinely reflect on things. Section 2. Breaking down the walls. Let's actually slow down for a second because I want to get real with you. The exact moment the paradigm shifted for me was when I started picking up books that nobody assigned to me. I'm talking philosophy, psychology, history, science, even theologies from traditions I had literally never heard of before. And you know what happened when I stepped totally outside my assigned syllabus? I didn't lose myself. I actually found myself. See, self-education isn't about just angrily rejecting everything you were handed. It's about holding those inherited beliefs up to the light to see what they're really made of. And guys, that is not an act of rebellion. That is a profound, beautiful act of maturity and self-discovery. You've got to be willing to look at your most deeply ingrained beliefs and just ask yourself directly, does this actually hold up? Does this actually serve me where I'm at today? Does this reflect reality, or is it just the reality someone handed me when I was like 7 years old? If you want to be an intentional learner, you cannot be afraid of that question. You have to genuinely evaluate this stuff. Section 3. History's obsessive self-learners. Now, I need to prove to you that this isn't just some fluffy motivational vibe. This is the exact blueprint used by the most impactful thinkers, leaders, and innovators in all of human history. Think about it. Frederick Douglass taught himself to read in secret because the system was actively designed to keep him ignorant, and that self-education became the bedrock of his incredibly powerful voice. Abraham Lincoln literally walked miles just to borrow books so he could read by firelight. Leonardo da Vinci? He didn't have some fancy, formal university degree. His obsessive curiosity drove him to dissect bodies and study the stars completely on his own. Oprah, Elon Musk, all voracious, intentional self-learners. These relentless autodidacts didn't just sit around waiting for a curriculum to be handed to them. They wrote their own. Take Malcolm X, for example. He read practically every single book in a prison library. He went in as one person and came out completely transformed. As he put it, his homemade education gave him way more than any school ever could have. He didn't wait around for a formal curriculum to give him permission to grow. He just consumed absolutely everything he could get his hands on and built his own mind from scratch. Section 4. The 20-minute challenge. I want to talk directly to you, right now, watching this explainer video. You possess something that every single one of those historical legends would have absolutely dreamed of. You have this incredible, massively untapped power sitting right there in your pocket. You literally have the entirety of human knowledge, every philosophy, every scientific breakthrough, every perspective from every corner of the globe available to you for free. That's the potential. But the reality? Come on, we all know it. Most of us use this mind-blowing device to watch compilation videos of people falling off skateboards. And hey, no judgment here. I've absolutely gone down that rabbit hole myself. But just think about the sheer irony of that for a second. So here is my challenge to you. Just 20 minutes. What if you redirected just 20 short minutes a day toward intentional learning? Not doom scrolling, actually diving into something that you chose, something that genuinely lights a fire in you. I'm telling you, the compounding effect of that tiny 20-minute daily micro-commitment over months and years, it is absolutely staggering. It's a total game changer. Section 5. Build your own wisdom. Now, let me add a little bit of necessary nuance here, because I really don't want to be misunderstood on this. I am definitely not saying institutions are totally useless. School gives you structure, and honestly, that matters. Communities, whether they're religious or something else, they give you belonging, ritual, and a moral grounding. That matters too. But here's the catch. While they provide the structure, the tools, and the starting points, they cannot give you your wisdom. Self-education is driven by your curiosity, your life experience, your reflection. That's what results in earned wisdom. They can hand you the tools, sure, but the actual building, that is 100% yours to do. Wisdom isn't something you can just download. It's not inherited, and it definitely isn't assigned in a syllabus. It's earned through the beautiful and, yeah, sometimes really uncomfortable process of questioning everything. So please, stop waiting for someone else to hand you the curriculum for your life. Stop assuming that whatever you were taught at 12 years old is the absolute ceiling of what you're allowed to believe. Stop treating your mind like it's a finished product. You are a work in progress, and honestly, that is the most exciting thing in the world. So, pick up the book, start that course, watch that documentary, have that conversation that makes you feel totally uncomfortable. Sit with the idea that completely challenges your worldview. Because every single time you choose to learn something for yourself, not for a letter grade, not for someone else's approval, not because someone told you to, you are constructing a mind that no institution can ever take away from you. You are building you.
Ultimately, the question isn't really whether you're being educated. You're always being educated by something, right? The real question is, who is writing the curriculum? All right, that wraps up the video for today. If this explainer hit different for you, please smash that like button. It genuinely helps the channel out more than you could know. Share this content with someone who really needs to hear it today, and jump into the comments below. What is one self-taught skill that completely changed your life? I read every single one of those. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the Murex Media YouTube channel so you never miss out when we drop more content like this. Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep building. Peace.